Thank you to the host in Ljubljana, and welcome to my keynote on how to use AI without killing the planet. I'm Ronny Reinhardt, and I'm working at CLOUD&HEAT Technologies, a cloud provider focusing on making AI and cloud workloads more sustainable. As many of you may know, AI applications, and in particular training AI models, require substantial compute power, which in turn requires substantial amounts of energy. As we are seeing more and more models, and also larger models, the CO2 footprint of the AI sector is increasing. For example, training a model to enable a robotic hand that can solve Rubik's cubes leads to CO2 emissions equivalent to 3,000 flights from Berlin to Chicago. The field of AI is exploding and creating additional computing demand. Now is the point in time where we as a society, but also as individuals, making decisions where to run our applications, determine what type of infrastructure will be built. Do we maintain the status quo and build infrastructure with outdated technology that we will have to live with for the next decades? Or do we decide to build truly green infrastructure for AI applications? There are many different starting points for making AI greener. For example, there is still significant potential for green coding. However, I would like to talk about improving the energy footprint of AI applications because that's what CLOUD&HEAT Technologies has been working on for the past 10 years. Broadly speaking, there are three levers: using renewable energy, improving energy efficiency, and enabling waste heat utilization. Let's briefly discuss each of these three levers. Using renewable energy is a good starting point, but it can only be a starting point. Too often do we hear that there's nothing to worry about because a provider is using renewable energy. However, this line of thinking ignores the fact that we can save and reuse energy to have more renewable energy for our homes and other industries. That's why we need to continuously improve the energy efficiency of our data centers. 10 years ago, data centers consumed twice the amount of power as the installed IT power. Energy efficiency of traditional air-cooled data centers has improved significantly. But even sailing ships had improved in the advent of steamboats. As history shows, there comes a time to switch to an entirely new technology that will provide unprecedented efficiency rates. One of these technologies is direct hot liquid cooling, which in extreme cases requires only 2% of additional power. Finally, we need to talk about waste heat. From an energy perspective, servers are just transforming electricity into heat. Currently, this heat is being wasted. For example, in Frankfurt, Germany, the waste heat from the data centers there could theoretically heat all households and offices in the city. Practically, almost none of them do. And that's what we need to change. To put these ideas into reality, we have partnered with the energy provider Vattenfall. We are using electricity from their biomass power plant as a starting point and have placed our data center containers with direct hot water cooling in close proximity. This enables us to be highly energy efficient as the pumps for this technology work very economically. In addition, we have connected the data center to the local district heating system so that we can help heat households in Sweden. On top of that, we're running a cloud based on open source with hardware setups specifically tailored for AI training. As you can see, the future is now, and sustainable digital infrastructure is becoming a burning issue for many AI companies and policymakers. And in a time of staggering growth of the AI sector, let's make smart decisions now to continue to use AI and reap its benefits without killing our planet in the long run.